Science is a combination of abstract thought, but with very sort of physical things that you're trying to explain. And so the ability just in class to have an iPad just as a commodity lying around, you know, you can quickly Google a fact. You can, in that particular app, you see you actually see the electric current in the circuit, which enables us to overcome a whole range of misconceptions when you just leave it to children to visualize things for themselves. 3-year-olds are intuitively wired for this sort of technology. They were born into it and they understand it. And just the ability to do colors and shapes and gross motor chord things, it's worked extremely well. And even amongst the preschool teachers who were initially a little bit hesitant and unsure of how it was going to pan out, there's a level of enthusiasm and, in fact, demand. They want more training, they want more accessibility.
Side to side, like that.
The Piedmont School Support Program is an education intervention supported by the Piedmont Group and Empress Palace. The program comprises of 7 public high schools and their 20 feeder primary schools. We have found that the suitcase of 10 iPads is a very useful tool within the schools. We've invested in 3 kits of 10 iPads per primary school, and this allows the schools or the teachers to use it in a number of different ways.
At the moment, about 320 learners have interacted with the iPad. Showing you how to find information. What I want you to do, you say, determine. When we introduced the iPad, when they start interacting with the iPad, they started to brighten up. They started to show that now we want to learn. And also from that, they started to reproduce more effectively what they have learned. It empowers or it improves their capability.
Normally, they had problems in subtraction, others. So if you use iPads, they have like the apples, they can calculate using apples, subtract apples from apples, rather than writing numbers 4 minus 2. So it's more easier because they use the objects. They can see the apples, they can cancel the apples, they can count what they see rather than counting, memorizing things they don't see. It has reduced a lot of absenteeism because no one wants to miss an iPad class.
When the iPad came out last year, it was such a unique device. We decided to look at implementing it in our grade 1s to 3s, and because of the device itself, we took it into grade 4 this year as well.
iPads are a lot funner than working in books, because for working it's like really hard.
75% of our classrooms have their own iPads, of the learners have their own iPads. We create a one-to-one environment by bringing in our own iPads as well. So each learner in each lesson will have an iPad.
We develop apps for the iPad in grade 7. The reason we have a project in grade 7 where the children create apps for the iPad is because it's not enough for them to just be users of technology. They've got to learn to be able to create content for that technology, to truly understand it. And so we encourage them to develop and design the different aspects of an app so that they fully understand how an iPad works and so that they can use it in ways that we didn't even think possible.
Our app is called Soccer Fever, and basically what it is, a game where you have a goalpost and you have to try shoot into it and hit the target.
I'm a sound engineer in the group, and like my job is, like if it scores, like everybody's gonna go woo, and then there's gonna be like those 2 people like blowing the vuvuzelas, like, yeah.
One of the big issues about education is getting children to engage with their learning. It's a very engaged device, so children feel engaged just because they have to touch it and because it's very tactile in the way they use it. The textbook just doesn't cut it when it comes to that sort of thing.
We acquired iPads in April of last year, and I was immediately interested in trying iPads out with our children. And they love the iPad to the extent that sometimes they cry to use them. But as far as the little boy Ruben is concerned, when he arrived at the school, he wasn't talking. And what the iPad has done for him is amazing. And for a little boy to progress from being non-verbal to now speaking in sentences is an amazing feat.
Show mommy the donkey, touch the donkey.
The most amazing thing for us was when Ruben started using sentences and words, and especially because he's making use of Talking Tomcat on the iPad, and also because we struggle with his sensory, we struggle for him to hold a pencil or a pen or work of paper. We find apps on the iPad that he can use his fingers, so he can also learn how to write and draw and colour in. And we also find like this helicopter game that he plays that teaches him hand and eye coordination, which we think is amazing.
And now you must tell him where to go.